boss, if you are super de. Bene was it Ruto to say Dr. Bawumia. And the Mahama ye Ruto Promax.
Is
or ye Ruto Promax because so ye VIP, right?
Yeah.
And Obenya Konya ye president, Obu amemo phone and sebe.
Right.
Inti Mahama so sunya the same akonya no squander opportunity. Na many ane can simbi. Let's go into it. Or say as a VIP, minim say minia a benewa obetimi aka as a VIP, John Mahama. Innovative idea one, pour the bread or they bring it to the table one, none. Now, many honest can be say apart from or say economy no whatever. But some catch was say under John Mahama there was no even economy under him because on only time the period the excuse for failure and one say Nana Jantua it is only the tenure of this man and under him agriculture and recording negative. Apart from that, so we share we about outer 250 million Ghana cedis and a for small and medium scale enterprises. Omuluzi time at John Mahama no ye president because of them so. Now away from that crano, me person be saying this for. So we macroeconomic indicators after COVID, what were they better than us? None of the sectors, none of the ministries, and I'll tell you why. How can many honest I can say be then these people may try some at your massy. How can COVID be a blessing in a disguise? Jeez. What can be a curse or bad omen on the country? Na yentimin kwajuma a kwa fit. And yen name himself revenue mobilization, nipe kwajuma and a bandage revenue from ho. Almost private sector, everybody was home because of Arena. Omo ye intimi omo moton to intimi cotton, lacy for everything. Now apart from that, your borders, your harbors, everywhere was closed. Have the NDC people asked themselves, where were we getting the revenues from? They've not asked. Any better managers of the coffers of the state. And I will tell you why. When government was getting revenues and was paying salaries, when people were even home, where were the NDC? How can this be a blessing to this guy? Time and Juma without any factors and I say external force biano. Why would they not be able to pay them their salaries? Now the second question I want to ask the NDC: how can COVID be a blessing to all of us? When Sike ba ye be ni paso bianco jumano, Akufado Adaroma. And in a memo, ye mo be a opportunity say onji loan, non-refundable loans. Meaning another John to Okaya. People went for the loans, and I was happy one of our sisters in your sister stations clarify confirm me sampa or J120 million and can it the way a bono. How can this not be a better economy when we get money to even pay salaries when they were in the house? Why yours was better? Nani pako adwumani entuanka again many honest can baby me yase they've reduced the dignity of John Mahama to the level that now the current vice president and then the year stick without even thinking say Dr. Bawumia has not been president. In fact, Dr. Bawumia always talk about the facts say obey a vice president no and no ma be na what media bua na ban. So I'm at now fan in Sanction in the film. He's the only, arguably the greatest vice president Ghana had ever had. No doubt about it. The most visible, the most impactful, the most innovative, unblemished and incorruptible young man, Dr. Bawumia. Why the vice president, including John Mahama, in this country, I'll be to Dr. Bawumia. And I tell you why. Before Dr. Bawumia was coming, near say convenience in a memo. They be a catch him in your NDC for say, a memo no. And yet one angle near the show memo. A memo ye aggregate of a lot of sectors together and the things you do together. It will for every sector of the economy and the country. We have performed better than them and they know. They talk about infrastructure. Omo belittle John Dramani Mahama to the extent say University of Ghana Medical Center, you emails about the first phase. They take it as a legacy of John Mahama. When even the second phase, it was President Kufuor who did it. Now in Ashanti region, let's take the hospitals. Kufuor leave behind. It was 6. They started 2. They couldn't complete none before they left office. In this very region, they broke capitation. Me can't treat. Of all the region, piloting region. The region they claim they love so much. What does it mean? Send me yare, me Teben County Hospital. And when I make register, if I visit a friend, even in Kumewu, I cannot go to any other hospital apart from that hospital. How can this be a memo? How is this a memo to anybody? Now, far from that, Anglo-Gold Ashanti, in our very own region, most of the time I dwell in this region because I just mean now, Hasi, me am also a bantimeni. How on earth will anybody be somebody or care about the people? Wabra Anglo-Gold Ashanti was on its knees virtually collapsed. It took this administration and they're reviving it back. Ghana Post, the same institution, a buying institution under them, collapsed. We revived it. Ghana Publishing. I can go on and go on and go on. If you think after COVID, let's be candid with ourselves. Yeah. We are all Christians or Muslims in this country. So now 7-8 years, striking a role using this year, last year, or the next year, you are being wrong and unfair to this administration. Because before this administration, your second term, the first term, let's go to the indicators and let's prove to the people of Ghana. In our first 4 years, we recorded 4 times single-digit inflations before COVID. And then we give you reasons. Diarrhea nearby, no matter even somewhere, inflation was never the whole year average, 54%. It was a month. Now inflation is almost striking. Every month, it's said you could GPA, or subjects and whatever you get, then they divide and they multiply it, then they give you the CGPA. And so it is a month that recorded under 2023. Now, averagely, 2023 we record this, and ne was 23%. When John Dramani Mahama was president, obey Ogenibi. And the papa John Mills Ejano, he wasn't it until Yeba Power. What are they talking about? Now, Shadi, Nana John was so far 2012, it was 11.19. 13 it was 11.67, 14 it was 15.49, 15 it was 17.15, 2016 it was 17.45. Now in 2017 we brought it to 12.37. We further bettered it to 7.81.
Inflation,
yes.
Okay.
Yes. We further bettered it again to 7.14. And in 2020, the post-COVID, that is when we started to feel the heat. It came to another single-digit inflation, 9.89. In 2021, 9.97. And in 2022, when the effect and the heat was on, and the president himself, including every MPP, personal representing a party, never ran away from the fact that things were hard. It is only in MPP, that's General Jantua. If things are hard, we boldly admit what is one sign of a good government. And they say when something is wrong, we accept and then we try to work on it. A minister told us Togo in this country, when people were not getting jobs to do, one of the ministers claimed, now, after Osha, then the first 4 years in Nana Jantua, everything, the indicators were better, very favorable. After we are giving excuse. I want to ask my brothers and sisters from the NDC, what was their excuse of failing? I don't blame them because Jantua wouldn't be been. The only political party in this world, or Mako oppositioner, they have never accepted that they did any single thing wrong. I'm telling you, even the effect of the doomso, they trivialize it. They can tell you, meanwhile, people were not getting paid of their salaries. For the first time in this country, are doctors. One of the essential service people, and this, they call themselves better handlers of this country. How were you better handlers? Why were you, when people are now going to school, your time that people were paying fees, yet a teacher will go into the classroom without any salary, with a common chalk being a headache for them. What kind of administration is better than this? Yet you people claim that he's the visionary man every Ghanaian should worship and he should be able to come back. Nana John to own himself Ghana. See, in the next 80 years, only 10 people, say 8-year rule, or my. How on earth do we bring a failed ex-president back to lead the people of Ghana again? Especially when ne Papa John Mills is president, everybody was praying that we see the administration John Dramani Mahama will bring. But it is I tell you, it is the worst administration I witnessed in Omaimu. Say everywhere, public sector was frozen. If Oshe were in the year 2012 to 2016, nurses were not posted. And now Kufado backlogs are it is because of their incompetence. Because President Kufado, so Ushema, Nipe Wofi, they are not more than 4 years. It is almost pikibia and can you say how can you people talk about unemployment? When the private sector itself, no, how many factories did JDM build? How many? They bought raw sugar, etimi propaganda. These people, I don't know. Etimi continue say a factory, and none. We used money for that. We have our flaws. I always admit, I'm a realistic though. It's our flaws, but there's no way the NDC people they can compare themselves to us in terms of governance. Yeah, gigeti, nana joantwa. Near first sectors, ministries, sir. Say health, let's go there. What did we do? And the health today, apart from the health insurance, on collapse, now they hear me here talk about this government and they say, they hear me here about this government and they say, they are initiatives and policies they came to meet. Nana Jantwa, they were not the people who brought them. The audacity to come and meet something, even people, if they were suffering, crying or more, governments were initiating it. These people couldn't. The list of them is the allowances. And I hear and I'm marveled. These people tell us, no, allowances, no. We are making a case. John Mahama didn't pay it because he claimed he will use it to build hospitals concerning the nurses. I asked them, where were the hospitals? He started. I mean, he initiated, completed, and began operations before he left power. Right. None.
Thank you.
So I always tell my sister,
thank you.
The NDC might be a party after her heart. But the fact of the matter is that we have to admit, Senator Mahama, as a VIP, was not an innovative young man. He was not a smart young man when it comes to politics. I choose my words carefully. When he became president, it was disastrous. Everybody knows this.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. JOD representing MPP. Thursdays, you're dedicated Ama in your man.